Talking to an AI is no longer new, but now imagine talking to a system that really understands your tone. It notices when you're confused and even performs tasks in real time while you speak. All of this using natural voice in more than 200 languages. Google just took a big step in that direction with Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, and this completely changes what can be built with voice today. And all of this is already available for anyone who wants to try it out. So first of all, subscribe to the channel, and to give us a little support here, just click the join button. It only costs Rp 4.99 per month. Alright, so let's get to the video. Well guys, today I want to share with you this new feature that has just been announced by the folks at Google, which is an update to Gemini's voice system. Listen to this. Gemini's audio and voice features have been improved with Gemini 3.1 Flash Live. Our new high-quality audio and voice model includes faster response times, more helpful and natural dialogue, and twice the conversational memory. In Gemini Live, multilingual support for live search in more than 200 countries and territories. So, this model already existed, but it was a bit limited. Now, with this update, it has better and bigger memory. In other words, you can have a conversation with the artificial intelligence for a longer time, and it won't lose the context. They also published an article here on X, saying the following: create conversational agents in real time with Gemini 3.1 Flash Live. Today, we are launching Gemini 3.1 Flash Live, which allows developers to create real-time voice and vision agents that not only process the world around them, but also respond at the speed of a conversation. This represents a radical change in terms of latency, reliability, and more natural-sounding dialogues, offering the quality needed for the next generation of AI. With a focus on voice, experience enhanced latency, reliability, and quality for real-time interactions. Every millisecond of latency disrupts the natural flow of conversation that users expect. The new model better understands tone, emphasis, and intent, providing your agents with significant improvements. Higher task completion rates in noisy real-world environments. So, if you're talking, even if there's a lot of noise around, the artificial intelligence will understand you. Next, better instruction segmentation. So, in the past, when you talk to artificial intelligence, it took a while to think and didn't always give you the best result. The idea here is that everything will be different. Now, more natural dialogues. The latest model improves latency and is even more effective at recognizing acoustic nuances such as tone and rhythm, compared to Model 2.5, making real-time conversations much more fluid and natural. And then, in the rest of the article, they show where you can access this new model. Basically, in all Google tools, the model is already updated. Then, Josh Woodward published the following. News in Gemini, the biggest live update so far. Faster responses, smarter answers, more emotional intelligence, greater linguistic variety, and twice as much context are now available for Android and iOS. Here on the blog, they bring some very interesting comparisons for developers, robust reasoning, and task execution. We have improved the overall quality of Flash Live 3.1, making it more reliable for developers and businesses. They create voice agents capable of performing complex tasks on a large scale. In the complex funkband audio, which is a benchmark that captures multi-step function calls and various constraints, it achieves a score of 90.8% compared to our previous model. So, when we compare here in this benchmark, Gemini 3.1 Flash Live reached almost 91%. And the previous model, Gemini 2.5 Flash, which was from December 2025, reached only 71.5%. And where can we access it in practically all Google tools? I want to start here with Google Stitch. Why? With this update, the conversation here with the artificial intelligence agent became much more fluid and much more natural. So, I have a project open here, and then, if I want to make any changes using my voice, I just need to click this button to start voice mode. So, listen here. Hey.
What are we designing?
Hello, can we speak in Portuguese?
Of course we can. What creative ideas do you have for today?
Can you show me the list of habits here from my project?
Sure, let me take a look.
What did you think of this design?
The design is clean, but we can definitely simplify the navigation by having navigation in the header in Portuguese.
Please.
Sorry, I was saying that we can simplify the navigation. It seems redundant to have elements in the header, the sidebar, and the footer.
What do you think, could you? I'm not really liking this color palette. Can you make an example here for me with something more earthy pastel tones just so I can test it?
Of course. Let's explore that, changing the palette to earthy and pastel tones. To see how it looks finished, I gave it a new look with earthy and pastel tones. What do you think of this vibe?
Yeah, I liked it. What about you?
This palette brings a sense of calm and tranquility, perfect for a habits app. What would you like to adjust or change? Now?
That's it for today. Thank you. See, wasn't that cool? So, I can talk here with the artificial intelligence in a totally natural way. She introduced herself here speaking in English. I asked her to switch to Portuguese. Then I asked the question in Portuguese. She started answering in English. I interrupted and asked her to speak in Portuguese. She understood that, and then we kept talking here in a totally natural way, stuttering anyway, speaking as if I were talking to a real person, and she was able to understand what I wanted. She applied here the change I was asking for to this screen of my app. So, with this new model integrated into the main Google tools, it opens up a range of possibilities. Because now we can talk on equal terms in a natural way as if we were talking to a real human being. You can interrupt, ask to change the language, speak faster, slower, and so on. So, that's exactly the idea, that you can talk to the AI as if you were talking to your friend, for example. Well, the new model is also available here inside Google AI Studio, and you can use it without having to pay anything using the free API here from Google AI Studio. How do you access this new voice model? I'm here in the playground. I'm going to click on Models, and here in the Live tab, Gemini 3.1 Flash Live Preview already appears. As I said, you can use it without having to pay anything. Now, if you want to use it in your projects as something more robust for your applications, for example, how much does it cost? For text input, 75 cents, and for output, $4.50. For audio, $3 for input, $12 for output. If you want image and video, $1 for input. And they didn't say here how much it costs for output. So, that's it for those who use it as an API. If you have, for example, a project that involves voice conversation with AI, you can use the Gemini API, the paid API, and these are the amounts you'll have to pay. But if you have amateur projects here inside Google AI Studio, you can use it without having to pay anything. Check out this app I created here in the Build tab. I used this prompt here. Create an app that allows a natural conversation in all languages supported by Gemini 3.1 Flash Live. The idea is simple. When it hears audio in any language, it speaks the translation in Portuguese, almost like a near simultaneous translation of the conversation. Use a modern UI, adapted for mobile devices, with a clean and tasteful look in the Apple style. So, this was my prompt. It's asking here to access my microphone, so I'll enable it. I'll set it up here to view it as if it were a cell phone. So, I have my app here. Here are the settings. I can choose which voice I want to use. I'll leave it as Zephyr for now. And then, to start my conversation, I just need to click this button. I'm going to speak in another language and it will translate simultaneously into Portuguese. Hello, how are you? Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, of course.
I'm fine.
Of course, what's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
See? But what's interesting is that it's a simple app. Here I only spoke in Spanish and English because I don't know how to speak any other language, but I thought it turned out really interesting. Why, by using a simple command here, was I able to create an app that does simultaneous translation. All of this without having to spend a single cent here inside the free API from Google AI Studio. I don't have much programming knowledge, so I just made a prompt here using natural language, simply asking for what I wanted, and I got this result. Here, you can change the voice if you want. A male voice, a female voice. You can speak in practically all the languages supported here by Google, and it will do the translation in real time. From what I see here, a new model is still not available yet inside the Gemini app for desktop. So, when we enter Gemini for desktop and click here on the toolbar, I have Create Image, Canvas, Deep Research, Create Video, Create Music, and Guided Learning in the model selector. I have Quick, Reasoning, and Pro. And for now, only here is the button to use the microphone. That is, I can dictate something instead of writing, but I still can't interact with the AI using this new model. I have a pro account and it's still not showing up. If it's already available for you, let me know here in the comments. However, you can use your phone through the Gemini app and it works both for Android and iPhone. Good morning, can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. How can I help you today?
Could you tell me what is the best way? I'm here in the Muka region and I intend to go to Paulista Avenue. Is it better for me to go by car at this time, by subway? What do you suggest at this hour?
Going by car can be a little faster, around 30 minutes, but you have to consider the traffic and the time. If you use public transportation and look for parking, it will take you around 45 minutes. What do you prefer to prioritize, speed or avoiding the stress of traffic?
I think avoiding the stress of traffic. What do you think?
I totally agree. By subway, you travel more calmly and don't have to worry about traffic jams or looking for a parking spot. The trip takes around 49 minutes and you can read, listen to music, or rest along the way. Should I check the top options for you?
No, I wanted to change the subject. When I get to Avenida Paulista, I'll need to give a presentation and there, in the audience, I'll talk to some people who speak Spanish. What suggestion do you have for me to open this lecture about artificial intelligence in Spanish? Could you say a few words in that language for me, please?
Of course, you can start with something like this. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you to talk about the fascinating topic of artificial intelligence and how it's changing our world. What do you think? Do you want me to change anything? Or maybe a slightly different introduction?
And if it were in English, how would it be in
English? Could you start like this? Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you to talk about the fascinating topic of intelligence and how it's changing our world. Sounds good? Or do you prefer a more informal approach?
No, that's fine. That's all for today. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help you. Have a great presentation. If you need anything else, just let me know. See you next time.
See how interesting that is? So, I can have a natural conversation, asking for translations, for suggestions, to find the best way without having to use my hands. This model is much more responsive and the answers happen almost in real time, so the conversation becomes much more fluid. I don't need to speak and wait for the artificial intelligence to think before answering me. Everything happens in real time. Now, this new model is also available in Google Search in AI mode. How do we access it? When you go to Google, just click on the logo and all these functions appear. AI mode, Nano Banana, and also the function. So that I can talk to the artificial intelligence model, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to turn on the video. Good morning.
How can I help you today? Here is an installation manual for a toilet with a flush tank and an edifier speaker box. Do you need help with these items or is it something else?
No, it's exactly about this manual. It says here that it's an installation manual. I wanted to know if a layperson, someone who has never installed a toilet before, would be able to do it without having to rely on a professional.
That's a good question. Installing a toilet with a coupled tank might seem difficult, but many people manage to do it on their own. By following the manual carefully, you'll need some specific tools and materials, like a sealing ring and fixing screws. The important thing is to be patient and follow all the steps. Have you taken a look at the manual yet?
Just a minute. Tell me something. Do you know how long it would take me to install this toilet?
Well, the time can vary a bit. If you have all the tools and materials ready and follow the manual, it can take on average about 2 hours to complete the installation. But if something unexpected comes up, like a plumbing problem, it might take longer. Do you already have everything you need?
See how interesting that is. So here I have a few options. I can turn the sound on or off. So, while I'm talking here with you, I turn it off so it doesn't keep listening to what I'm saying. Another thing, I have the video button here so I can point to what I'm seeing. So, if I'm on the street, lost, and I don't know what the establishment in front of me is, I can open the camera and ask it to find that answer for me. And just like I did here, I can simply point to an instruction manual and ask it to give me some information. Another cool thing is that I can transcribe something. So I have the transcription button here, and when I activate it, I automatically see the transcription of what's being said. So it's a very useful feature that's available right in the palm of your hand. You open the camera and you'll have an artificial intelligence model that will talk to you in real time. And then, if you have any questions or need any kind of help, the idea is that the artificial intelligence can interact to help you solve that problem. Remember that all these features I've shown you so far are available on free accounts, so you don't need a paid account to access this new model. It can be in Google tools like Google Street, which I just showed you inside Google AI Studio using a free API key, and also on your phone. Then you have two options, either using the Gemini app, which is the Gemini application on your phone, and then in search mode, activate the camera. Then you point it wherever you want and ask the artificial intelligence to help you solve something, to translate and so on. So, did you like it? It's cooler now. You can really use it in your daily life. Tell me in the comments, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
I've been